Boko Haram added suicide bombing to its terror cocktail for the first time in 2011 when it sent this 35-year-old businessman, Manga Mohammed, to blow up the police headquarters in the nation's capital. That attack on June 16th left 5 people dead, including Mohammed himself. The terrorist sect has gone on to carry out several suicide bombings since then, killing hundreds of people in the north of the country. It has now introduced a new weapon in its suicide operations: young females. In the past week alone, 3 suicide female bombers carried out attacks in the northern city of Kano, killing not less than 6 persons and injuring several others. In one of the attacks, a hijab-wearing female suicide bomber walked into a crowd buying kerosene at this filling station and blew herself up. The situation is getting everybody worried.
It's a more dangerous dimension we have entered into, and it's very worrisome and terrifying and frightening, very frightening.
You know, the first experience, I think that was about was last month or so, and then some of us, I felt it was probably one of those things, and then but unfortunately, we'll hear, you know, it's becoming a recurrent decimal. And so if you look at the age, this is where it is very easy, you know, to whatever you tell them, these are innocent mind, whatever you feed them with, you know, to grow up with. And some of them might not even know what it means to die.
But the most crucial question everyone has been asking is just where does Boko Haram draw its new female recruits? On July 4th, the military arrested these 3 young women for allegedly recruiting female suicide bombers for the sect. The arrest came just weeks after Nigeria recorded its first confirmed case of female suicide bombing. With Boko Haram still holding on to over 200 girls it kidnapped from a school back in April, some are expressing fear the terrorist group may have begun deploying some of them as suicide bombers.
Couldn't these girls be the Chibok girls they abducted? Could they have indoctrinated them and probably unleashing them now as potent weapons as suicide bombers?
Authorities are yet to confirm the identities of the female suicide bombers in all the attacks so far. Early this week, security operatives arrested a 10-year-old girl with suicide explosives strapped around her body. They now say more female security operatives would be deployed to carry out stop-and-search exercise on women.
It is a sad development, but we are doing everything to ensure that the situation is brought under control.
Despite those assurances, some are warning that Nigerians should brace up for more female suicide attacks. The Jonathan administration has now given itself a new deadline to end the insurgency. It says by December this year, Boko Haram would become history. And so the clock is already ticking. Deji Badmos, CCTV, Lagos, Nigeria.